Chapter 3 The Golden Cauldron Pavilion and the Alchemist's Pride. The morning sun had barely crested the towering obsidian walls of the Imperial City when Shen Yuan slipped out of the Marquis' estate. The autumn air was crisp, carrying the scent of roasting meat buns and the distant, rhythmic hammering of blacksmiths. Shen Yuan walked calmly through the bustling streets. He wore a simple, unadorned blue martial robe. His face, previously bruised and swollen, was now smooth and radiating a healthy, vigorous glow. No one paid him any mind. The citizens were used to seeing the trash young lord being carried around in a gilded palanquin. No one expected the heir of the Marquis of Ironblood to be strolling on foot with the poised grace of a seasoned predator. Beneath the sole of his right foot, the embryonic Earth-Star gate pulsed in rhythm with his heartbeat. He didn't have a single drop of qi in his dantian, yet his physical strength was already approaching that of a first heaven qi condensation cultivator. His destination was the largest alchemical trading hub, the Golden Cauldron Pavilion. It was backed by the Imperial Alchemist Guild, making it a place of absolute prestige. As Shen Yuan walked toward the primary trading counter, a sharp voice cut through the air. "Hold it right there! Are you blind, or did you leave your brain at home?" A young attendant in a green robe marched toward him. "The Golden Cauldron Pavilion is a sacred ground. This isn't a soup kitchen. What business does a famous cripple like you have here?" The attendant had recognized him. Nearby patrons stopped to watch, whispers breaking out. "Isn't that Shen Yuan, the Marquis' trash son? I heard Wang Tang beat him half to death yesterday. How is he walking?" Shen Yuan didn't get angry. Instead, a serene smile touched his lips. "I am here to do business," Shen Yuan said calmly. "Step aside." "Business?" the attendant laughed. "I heard your mother is pawning off her jewelry just to keep you breathing. Scram! Our pavilion doesn't welcome trash who leak qi like a broken pot." The attendant reached out to shove him, but pushing Shen Yuan felt like trying to move a mountain of solid iron. Shen Yuan didn't budge a single millimeter. Before the attendant could retract his hand, Shen Yuan's right hand shot out like a striking viper, clamping down on the man's wrist. Crack! "Ah!" the attendant screamed. "A dog that barks at guests brings ruin to its master," Shen Yuan whispered chillingly. "If you ever point a finger at me again, I will tear your arm off and beat you to death with it. Do you understand?"
"What is the meaning of this?" A deep, furious voice boomed from the grand staircase. An elderly man in a silver robe, Master Yun, a Tier 1 alchemist, marched down. "Master Yun!" The attendant scrambled up, pointing at Shen Yuan. "This cripple came here to cause trouble." Master Yun glared at Shen Yuan. "Shen Yuan, your father is a hero, but you are a disgrace. Guards, break his legs and throw him into the street." Shen Yuan stood perfectly still, his hands behind his back. "Master Yun, is it?" Shen Yuan asked. "Before you order your dogs to bite, perhaps you should reflect on why your own foundation is rotting away." Master Yun froze. "What nonsense are you spewing?" "You have been stuck at the peak of Tier 1 for 5 years. Every night at the hour of the rat, you experience a searing pain just below your ribs. When you try to condense your alchemical flame, the heat feels unsteady, right? You think it's a bottleneck, so you've been taking fire condensation pills to force a breakthrough." Master Yun's face drained of all color. "How do you know that?" Because you are an idiot, Shen Yuan sneered. 10 years ago, you improperly refined scarlet tail snake venom, and a trace of its cold yin toxin entered your meridians. The more fire attribute pills you use, the deeper the poison burrows. In 6 months, your meridians will spontaneously combust. You'll be burnt to ash from the inside out. The entire pavilion was silent. Was the trash lord lecturing a Tier 1 alchemist? Master Yun's body began to tremble. He knew everything Shen Yuan just said was undeniably accurate. Fascinating. A soft voice drifted down from the second floor. Standing gracefully was Su Muyan, the chief manager of the Golden Cauldron Pavilion. She was stunning, dressed in a crimson chengsam that accentuated her curves. "Manager Su," Master Yun bowed quickly. Su Muyan descended the stairs, her gaze locked on Shen Yuan. "I must apologize for the rudeness of my staff, young Master Shen. To diagnose a hidden meridian poison just by looking, that requires the eyes of a true master." Shen Yuan met her gaze without a hint of nervousness. "Manager Su," he nodded, "I came here to do business. If this is how you treat guests, I can easily take my knowledge to the Grand Prosperity Merchant House." Su Muyan's eyes flashed. "There is no need for that. Please follow me to the VIP lounge. Master Yun, you come as well. As for you," she glanced at the attendant, "collect your pay and leave. If I see you here again, I will have your legs broken." In the VIP lounge, Su Muyan poured Shen Yuan a cup of amber-colored tea. "Young Master Shen," she said, "what exactly are you offering? A pill recipe?" "A prescription," Shen Yuan said. "Specifically, an improved formula for the spirit-gathering powder." Master Yun frowned. "Spirit-gathering powder? The formula has been perfected for hundreds of years. How could you possibly improve it?" "Perfected? The current formula uses blue leaf grass and sun-dried bone flour, correct? It's garbage." Master Yun choked. "The bone flour contains earthy impurities. When ignited, that impurity turns into microscopic ash that enters the lungs and meridians, causing qi blockages. Your perfected powder is literally poisoning their foundations." Su Muyan sat up straight. "And your formula?" "My formula doesn't create a powder, it creates a liquid. By replacing the bone flour with moon dew extract and adding morning glory sap, the efficacy is exactly 300% higher than your standard powder." 300%? Master Yun gasped. If this was true, the Golden Cauldron Pavilion would monopolize the market overnight. "Bring me paper and brush," Shen Yuan commanded. Within seconds, he wrote down the ingredients and precise temperatures. He slid the paper to Master Yun. The old alchemist's hands began to shake as he read. This is brilliant. This is the work of an alchemy grand master." Master Yun suddenly dropped to his knees and bowed. "Master Shen, forgive this old man's ignorance." "Young Master Shen," Su Muyan smiled warmly, "name your price. 10,000 gold coins?" Shen Yuan leaned back. "Manager Su, 10,000 is a one-time payout. This formula will generate millions. I will not sell it outright. I want 20% of all net profits generated by the sales across the entire Crimson Moon Empire. Second, I need a batch of specific medicinal herbs right now and a VIP token." Su Muyan hesitated for only a fraction of a second. "Deal." "Oh, and Master Yun, stop taking those pills. Drink a decoction of frost mint and snake gall every morning. Once you're cured, breaking to Tier 2 will be easy." An hour later, Shen Yuan walked out of the pavilion with a black jade VIP token and 5,000 gold coins. Trailing behind him were guards carrying crates of raw, unrefined medicinal herbs. He took a detour to the Grand Prosperity Merchant House. He slammed 3,000 gold coins onto the counter and bought back his mother's emerald jade phoenix hairpin. By the time he returned to the estate, the sun was at its peak. "Marquis," Shen Yuan ordered, "have the largest bathing barrel brought to my room. Fill it with boiling water."
Boiling? But, young master, you'll be scalded."
"Just do it," Shen Yuan smiled. He handed her the emerald hairpin. "Tell her the Shen clan will never have to sell its pride again." Inside his room, Shen Yuan locked the door. He opened the crates, revealing iron-bone grass and fiery sun ginseng, herbs meant for destruction, not healing. He tossed them into the boiling water. Hiss! The water instantly turned a deep blood red. A foul metallic stench filled the room. Stripping off his robes, Shen Yuan stepped into the boiling blood-red water and sat down. Boom! It felt as though he had been thrown into a volcano filled with razor blades. The violent energy of the herbs invaded his pores, tearing at his muscles. Ah! A roar of sheer agony ripped from his throat. Blood began to seep from his pores. But within his mind, he roared back, "Open!" He activated the embryonic Earth Star Gate. It flared to life like a starving black hole, devouring the violent medicinal energy. Crack! 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 The sound of his bones fracturing and instantly knitting back together echoed. The brutal essence was burning away every ounce of mortal weakness. The water violently boiled as the Earth Star Gate devoured the essence. Shen Yuan gritted his blood-stained teeth, his eyes burning with a terrifying golden light. "Wang Teng, Princess Yun Shi, just you wait. When I walk out of this room, the true nightmare begins."